Hi, how you doing? Just for the record, could you introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, so greetings everyone. Myself, I'm Makonnen Sankofa, and I'm here in the Gambia.
All right, can you let us know how long have you been in the Gambia and what made you come here?
Okay, so this time in the Gambia, I've been here 6 months. This is actually my third time to the Gambia. Why I chose Gambia, I'd always wanted to come to an African country. Myself, coming from a Pan-African background, being a conscious individual, it's always been an aspiration of mine and a dream to live in Africa or to at least travel to an African country. When I actually came to Gambia, I was really impressed. I liked it. I think the thing that hit me from the first moment was the friendliness and kindness of the people. Where I live, there's shops downstairs, there's people that work as mechanics, fixing cars and selling cars downstairs. We all get along really well and talk together. Whereas in England, you can live next to a next door neighbour for 10, 15 years, and then you don't say more to him than hello. Just talking to strangers, someone could pass you past the street and they just might greet you and say hello brother, hello, etc. So that kind of friendliness that you wouldn't get in England. I mean, you wouldn't walk past the street in England and someone says hello to you or good morning or etc. So it's different. It's very much different. I thought it was very refreshing to see black owned almost everything here, whereas obviously we in England, we live in quite a very unnatural state because everything is externally owned. Now, whether that is the big businesses, whether it is a military, whether it is policing, when you look at the legal system, when you look at everything, it's all external. We're always relying on someone else for our existence. Education is another example, where is when you come to an African country and you see obviously black-owned businesses, black education systems, the president here is black, everyone in the ministry is black. So that within itself is empowering. And just going on the high road on the strip and seeing black-owned businesses, whereas where you go in England, for example, you see normally white businesses, Asian businesses that are thriving in certain communities. I mean, where I live in Luton before I came here, primarily white businesses, or you go to a place called Berry Park where it's mainly Asian businesses. And I know a lot of parts of London, for example, are heavily, whether it's white or Asian owned. Yeah. So it was good to see like a whole road of shops just black owned. Yeah, that's quite refreshing. I've never been to a black pharmacist before I come here. Yeah, but I experienced that when I came here. I went to a lot of the villages and I went on the trips with a lot of the local people, and that was very important to me because I wanted to get the experience of not just a tourist staying in a hotel, but also someone that ventured out to the local communities, to the villages, to the compounds, and I got to see what it's like for an everyday Gambian. Yeah, and how they live. I decided that I was going to save some money to come here and spend at least 6 months in the Gambia to get that experience of what it's like in an African country, and to see if there's along the way, if there's any opportunities or if there's any things that I could do whilst I'm here. So when I came in July, my time 6 months here has been like 3 months in a sense, a bit of a time to relax, unwind, because I mean living in England can be quite stressful. A lot of us have work in the 9 to 5 jobs, very demanding. Some people travel 2.5 hours to get to work, to get to back. So we live in a stressful environment sometimes. I mean, you don't have a lot of time to spend with your family because of work, etc. So it can be pretty hectic. So coming here was just a good place to just relax and to take a little bit of a break. And the first kind of 3 months was a bit kind of like just relaxing, chilling out, finding my feet, stroke a bit more of a kind of a holiday. But in the last 3 months, with the work that I've been doing with Bla Xit, which is a YouTube channel which is about encouraging people from the diaspora to come to the Gambia to live and to encourage investment into the Gambia. Myself been working alongside Juliet Ryan, who's the founder of Bla Xit. I've been doing the filming and the editing for the Bla Xit videos. So for the last 3 months, that's been my main mission, what I've been doing, and I've absolutely loved and enjoyed doing it. Through working with Juliet on Bla Xit, it's allowed me to go to some fantastic places and meet some fantastic people and influential people in the Gambia. One of the places that we went to was the naming ceremony of the president's brother, Adam Barrow's brother, his naming ceremony. That was very interesting to see a traditional naming ceremony here in the Gambia. Loads of people were there. It was like the whole village almost, or when everyone has a good time, there's entertainment, food.
What is the importance of why Africans from the diaspora need citizenship within Africa?
Okay, the significance is that we are descendants of the enslaved people, the enslaved Africans, that were taken from West Africa 400 years ago to places like the Caribbean and Americas. Now we are returning back. What we are saying that it's our birthright, because when we left the shores of Africa, we was taken forcefully without our will. So we was kidnapped and taken. So us coming back now, when we were taken, we never had visas or citizenships when we went to go to America or anywhere else that they took us to. They didn't take us with any documentation. So when we're coming back, why should we need documentation to come back home? In Ghana, recently, Ghana, they've made obviously this year the year of the return, and they've encouraged people from the diaspora to come back. The government of Gambia, and I would say a lot of African countries, should realise the benefit of what we're bringing, because Ghana has benefited substantially now from tourism, from people returning from the diaspora. Billions of pounds have gone into that economy to make Ghana stronger. The money that we bring in Gambia, we can make the economy stronger here. And most people that I know in Gambia that have settled here have got from the UK diaspora, have got businesses, and they employ a lot of people within those businesses. People that I know that have set up restaurants, that have set up hotels, that have got shops. So I know people that have got all kinds of businesses here from the diaspora, and that is being benefiting to the economy because they're employing Gambians through doing that, and they're bringing in all of that pound and that income from the, Britain into Gambia to economy. So Gambia is benefiting. So we should be recognised, one, as Africans from descent, but also I think a recognition needs to be due for the work that we're doing. And I would like Gambians to acknowledge the work that we're doing, because I feel Gambians often overlook the work that the people in the diaspora do, where the contributions that we make on the ground here, because the contributions that we make on the ground here is absolutely phenomenal.
What would you say to somebody that is in two minds of whether to visit the Gambia or to visit the Caribbean? What would you be your advice to them?
Okay, my advice as a Pan-Africanist would be to come to Africa. Africa to me is home. Caribbean is a point that we was taken to, a stopping point based on our ancestral background. I think, and trying to also connecting with our heritage and culture, I think it's important. I would recommend for every African black person to come to Africa at least once, and to see to an African country and see what it's like in Africa. Gambia is an emerging country, so more and more things are developing as well.
So what would you say to somebody who say, well, that's well and good, but I've got no family here and I'm a single person, I'm kind of concerned about traveling alone by myself?
What I would suggest is go into contact with some of the groups, like people like yourself, agators, the people like me that you can always reach out to, people like Bla Xit, Juliet Ryan. There's people here that can help you, and through making those connections with people, it then can make the transition a lot easier for you than if you're coming individually. That's what I would say. But in terms of how safe it is in Gambia, Gambia is one of the safest countries in Africa. So obviously every single country in the world has got this good and bad, and there's crime everywhere, but generally here the crime rate is very, very low. It's generally safe. I mean, I can walk out. I feel comfortable walking out at any time in Gambia.
How would you summarise your stay over the 6 months, and when do you intend to come back?
I would summarise my stay in one word as brilliant. I had a really enjoyable time. Definitely, if someone asked me, would you recommend the Gambia, I would certainly recommend it. There's not to say that there's things that can't be improved here. I'm not saying Gambia is perfect. I'm definitely not saying that. I myself would like to travel to more other African countries. So in terms of when I'm exactly coming back here, I couldn't say exact date of when I'm coming back. My next journey, I think I want to possibly look at going into Ghana, Nigeria, other African countries along West Africa as well, to get more of an overall experience, because yes, I've been Gambia, but this is just one country in Africa. Yeah, there's 55 countries in Africa. So to get more of a background, 'cause I don't want to say that I've been to Gambia, so I know Africa. Might know a bit about Gambia, but it doesn't reflect everywhere else. So I want to see how things are different in different cultures in the different African countries, and also see the difference in opportunities that are available in different countries as well.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for spending the time with us today, and I'm sure the people that are going to be following this post are going to be really excited about visiting the Gambia with Agatours. All right, good to hear from you. Bye for now.